Greetings, welcome back to PinkOddBird. Today I'm here to share my January prompts with you for Prompt Week 2020 and also give you the new prompts for February. So let's go ahead and get started. So I've made a list of new prompts which we will go over at the end here. First, what I wanted to do was share the prompts that I did for January. As you all know, for January we had 7 prompts, and you can find those prompts or you can find the posts and prompts and all the information by looking for the hashtag OddFlock2020, and that is what we are using this year for the entirety of Prompt Week. So as you know, this is the journal that I chose to use, and it's got plenty of space for me, and I probably won't even use all of this year, but that's okay because I can just keep going in it until it's done. So to get started, you'll notice that I did use the little prompts as I've provided them. You can locate those on my website under the What's New section. You can get the list of prompts for January, and you can also now get the February ones. So the first entry that I did was just basically saying how excited I was to get started on Prompt Week, and I don't know, just looking forward to things for 2020. And then over here, this is day 1. So the first prompt was use the first letter of your first name to come up with a word that'll be your motivation for the year. And so the word that I chose was accomplish. And basically I chose that because I just want to follow through with this year, basically just finishing everything that I set out to do. Like, I have a lot of goals and a lot of things that I want to get done, and I feel like accomplishing those things would be essential. So I just want to make sure that I keep myself focused on accomplishing the things that I set out to do. So the next post is day 2. What new foods would you like to try this year? So, as you all know, if you watched my 10 crafty questions video, I like watching cooking channels on YouTube, and Cooking with Rose made a soup out of water hyacinth. I think I'm pronouncing that right. But it was this beautiful bundle of flowers that she had, and she made a soup out of it. And I was like, wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that that was a thing. So I put water hyacinth down here as a food that I would like to try. And even if I don't get to try this food this year, finding some kind of edible flower to eat, I think would be kind of cool and different, and something that I've never really done before. So I just did write a little blurb here, and then I just did a little bit of collaging, and I used my markers that I got from my friend Janine just to kind of tie the page all together with the purples and pinks and just some old wallpaper back here. So I really like this page a lot. So post number 3. Do you plan to travel this year? If so, where? So I believe I worked on this page on camera a few days ago, but basically I have a lot of places that I would like to go this year, but I basically just cut out little snippets of places, of things that I know that I'm going to be doing this year or hope to do this year. So I just have some little travel scrap paper here, and I wrote NOLA because I do plan to go back to New Orleans this year, and Seattle down here because I would like to go visit one of my friends up there. And then this is just a little document for Tennessee because I plan to go see one of my good friends in Tennessee this year as well. So day number 4, use at least 2 types of washi on your spread today. If you don't have washi, use strips of fabric or paper. The word for today is flourish. So with that in mind, I used a bunch of my little washi tapes, and I just created this collage of washi all around the page. And then again, I used my markers that I got for Christmas, and I just drew out some flourish. I tried to draw a flourish, and then I wrote the word flourish. And then in here, I decided to just journal the definition of flourish: a person, animal, or other living organism grow or develop in a healthy or vigorous way, especially as a result of a particularly favorable environment. So that is my spread for day 4. Day number 5. What is something you envision doing differently this year than you did last year? So I have this lady that I kind of roughly just drew out. And then here I wrote the word breathe. And basically what I wrote here is that I just want to definitely keep up with accomplishing everything that I set out to do, but I also want to take out a good amount of time to be able to just breathe and have time to myself and just do the things that I enjoy doing as well. So that's something that I would like to also focus on doing this year. Day number 6, set the mood for what you would like your 2020 to look like. So kind of like a call back to here. I'm hanging out with a lot of my friends and things like that. So I felt like this little image, I downloaded it from, I think, the Graphics Fairy, but it's a clock. And so to me that symbolizes time, and it has the date here. So I feel like this is like the beginning of the year. Obviously I want to make it all the way through the year, and this would symbolize like with friends and family and just good times and things like that surrounding the year and me. So basically kind of wrote that down here. So I thought that was kind of a fun spread. And then day number 7, write a letter or a short letter, I guess. A letter or a short letter, they're kind of the same, April. Write a letter or a short letter, I think I meant note, to yourself to be opened and read on 12/31/20, so at the end of the year. So I basically just used that last little January piece that I provided on the prompt page, and then I made this like really big pocket because I made this like jumbo envelope, and I didn't know that it was going to end up looking kind of like sort of like bohemian almost, but it's not what I set out to do, but that's the way it ended up. And so I've just collaged on a bunch of different fabrics here, a doily, some velvet, lace, some frilly dilly, and then here's the back. And it's just more collaging with all these different little fun elements. And on the inside here is my note to myself, and then I wrote the date for when to read it. So after this video I will go ahead and just add a little glue and seal it up so that I can come back and read it at the end of the year. So those are the 7 prompts for December, and I really enjoyed working on those, and I enjoyed seeing those of you who have already put some of these prompts out there. I'll try and link to those that I know of, and you can also find them on Instagram by searching the hashtag. So let's go ahead and take a look at the new prompts for 2020, or for February. So for February, what do we have here? Well, let's see. We start out with February prompts here. I put this in my book on the kind of like, maybe you can use that as your wish for the month page. That's kind of what I did with January. I used this for like the wish of the month, like excited, ready for the year, yada yada yada. So day 1, the prompt is, what are 3 things that represent February in your opinion? Use specific words, descriptions, pictures, sketches, anything like that. You can use any format that you want to represent 3 things that February symbolizes for you. Day number 2, what is something that you love about your hometown or your current town? So I thought that one would be kind of fun. And I didn't want these to be like overly like lovey-dovey, but I did try to incorporate like love-ish elements, I guess, if that makes sense. And I definitely wanted it to focus more on the love of yourself. So it's going to be more about like you, the things that you love, and things like that. So day number 3, write a recipe for self-love. Day number 4, write out a song lyric that means something to you today. Day number 5, what do I need less of? What do I need more of? So again, that's kind of like along the lines of like self-care. So something like that you can, and like I was saying in my blog post where you can find this document, if you want to expand on some of these and go a little bit deeper, feel free. You know, it just depends on how you want to journal. Like if you just want to keep it lighthearted and just focus on the prompts, or if you want to dig like a little bit deeper, like if you find a song lyric that means something to you today, you can go deeper into it and say why it means something to you. So it's up to you. Day number 6. Use whatever is on your desk to make a page filled with hearts. So this is a chance for you to use up some scraps and to also sort of clean up your desk a little. Get some of those things that are straggling around there up and off the desk. And day number 7. What do I love most about myself? The word for the day is me. And then here at the end we have the little February little piece of clip art. So these are the prompts for February. Again, do these at your leisure, and I hope that if you do decide to do these, you have fun. Again, I will link to my website where you'll be able to find this document, and also you can find January's if you're interested. So yeah, I believe that's pretty much going to be it for me today, and I will be back soon with something else, I'm sure, but that is going to wrap it up for me for now. Be sure to stay tuned because you never know what direction this odd flock of ours is heading into. And until next time, toodaloo.